Okay, it's recording.
What's poppin', Peña fam? What's poppin'?
I got this picture in my closet. It's gathering dust right now, and the edges have been folded once or twice. It doesn't look the same no more, 'cause the sun has made it pale. I used to have it hanging on my wall some time ago. A picture of you.
How you guys doing today? I hope you guys are having an amazing day. Sorry about this video in advance. It's not going to be very much editing. I obviously can't edit. If you follow me on Instagram, you might know a little bit about what's going on. If not, and this is new to you, say hi to my new finger.
And if you're new to our channel, this is not a regular video. Just gotta warn you guys.
Yeah, so I'm gonna just start from 8 o'clock in the morning yesterday, which is, today is what? Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday? Today's Thursday. I'm sorry, I'm all over the place.
And are you taking your medication?
I haven't taken it yet. Actually, can you grab it for me?
Yeah.
So it's now Thursday, approximately 4:16. Yesterday morning, Wednesday morning at around 8 o'clock in the morning, I started getting ready for work and got ready completely. You know, I do it every morning, so I didn't have any issues with that, thankfully. And then around 8:20, I was just grabbing my shoes or something. I was in my closet, and when I was leaving my closet, I have a big, heavy closet door. Like, it's not one of the regular thin or hollow doors that you normally see in some houses. My closet door is very heavy. It has a mirror on both sides. It's all the way through, like, it's thick. And it doesn't shut right. So I have to literally, like, almost slam it for it to shut all the way. And being the man that I am, instead of pulling the doorknob, I like to pull the actual side of the door and kind of like move out of the way real quick. I don't know, maybe it's just because I'm like adventurous, or what's the word? Risky or stupid. And yesterday I didn't move out of the way quick enough, and my hand got caught in the door, and I think it was a combination of it slamming on my finger and me pulling at the same time. And I was just like, that hurt. Like, that was stupid. And I look down and I look up at my finger just to make sure it's okay. And it's missing. Not all the way, obviously. But from about... Sorry, I bite my nails, but can you zoom in on this? So let's break up the nail into thirds. So this first third, the middle third, and then this last third, and the rest of the tip of my finger. I would say the last third and the rest of the tip of my finger was completely gone. Like, I looked down and literally, like, your worst nightmare is just like, my finger was gone and blood was everywhere.
And you could,
like,
I could see the bone popping out.
Yeah,
like
the bone was out, and it was a mess. Literally, there was blood everywhere.
What did you feel like right when you saw that?
Honestly, like, it didn't even really hurt. Like, I wasn't like...
No. Like, when you saw it, what did you like?
Oh, like, I just looked at it and I was like, like, my heart kind of dropped, and I was just like, dang, like, I did not expect that, because I wasn't in pain.
Yeah.
I would expect something like that to be very, very painful. Don't get me wrong, it didn't feel good, but I wasn't like,
yeah.
My
I think your
finger.
brain takes a minute to process like what was happening.
So I looked down again. My finger was like a third gone. My fingernail and the rest of the tip of my finger was completely gone. My bone was sticking out. Immediate reaction was to just, you know, grab a paper towel, or not a paper towel, a washcloth, because there was blood all over the place. Like, I've never bled that much with anything. So I grabbed a washcloth and I wrapped it up as tight as I could and immediately just put pressure on it. And I was just like, babe, like, I need to go to the hospital. And she was like, what? What's going on? Like, what? And I was like, look. And I showed her my finger, and she was just like, and so I told her if she could drive me, And then I guess I just thought about it for a second, and I was like, you know what? Like, I don't want her going to sit in that nasty emergency room, especially with 2 babies. Ava's already sick right now. Stella's still like a newborn. She's only like 4 months. She'll be 4 months tomorrow. So I didn't want her going into, you know, an emergency room with all these sick people. And at the VA, sometimes it's a lot nastier because you get a lot of homeless people going in there, and it's just not fun. So I was like, you know what? I can drive myself. Like, I'm good. I'm good enough to drive myself. I'm not in a lot of pain, so I'll just go. So I said bye, and I got in the car, and I drove to the VA. It was about 15 minutes away. And my hand, by the time I got there, I had a white washcloth, by the way. And by the time I got there, my washcloth was just like completely red. Like, you didn't know it was white. I walked up and checked myself in. Thankfully, there wasn't a lot of people in the emergency room. I don't think it would have made a difference because literally one of my limbs was gone, almost gone. And so they immediately checked me in. They immediately took me back to the back. They didn't even look at it. They just said, my nurse, his name was Mike. And he was like, we're just going to take you straight up to x-rays. They left the washcloth on and everything. And so I went up to the 3rd floor. They wheelchaired me up there to the 3rd floor, and I had to take off the washcloth to do the x-ray. So this is the first time that I'm actually going to detailed look at my finger after this happened. I took some pictures just for my own sake, but I'm not going to share that with you guys. They're very, very, very gruesome and nasty looking. My nail was completely pulled off. Like I said before, the tip of my finger was completely missing, and you could see a little bit of my bone sticking out. The most painful part of this whole process was definitely taking the washcloth off during the x-ray, because I had no nail. So like my nail bed was sticking to the washcloth, and I like kind of had to like ink it off. So that was like really, really painful. And taking that off, and then I had to set my hand flat. Literally, my blood was coming out of my finger like bloop, 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 like literally that fast. So it was crazy. And so I still don't think that I wasn't in too much pain. Just taking the washcloth off with like that initial sting was really bad. And then after I got my x-rays done, I put the same washcloth back on, and I went back downstairs. And then the doctor came in. So the nurse name was Mike. The doctor, I forgot his name, came in, and he said, okay, we got to take a look at it. And so this is after literally like an hour goes by. I'm chilling, so it wasn't that bad. He comes up and he has me take it off again. And again, like I said, it's sticking to the washcloth. So it was so painful to take it off. And then he takes gauze to it and like touches it a little bit, and like trying to figure out what's going on. And this is where it gets really painful. And you know, he's just like messing with it, trying to figure out what we're gonna do with it, or what they're gonna do with it. So as he's like touching it and feeling it and all things, like I'm like sitting there gripping the bed, like my veins are probably popping out of my neck. I start sweating like so bad, like the worst I've ever sweat in my life. It was probably like I was sitting in the sauna for like an hour, and I come out and I'm just like drenched just from the pain, you know?
That's how you looked when it happened. Like, you didn't see yourself, but you were dripping sweat just from like excruciating pain.
Yeah, and so then he was like, okay, I gotta go take a look at your x-rays. And he told the nurse Mike to like kind of clean it up and, you know, put a pressure dressing on it in the meantime. And so they like they took off the gauze and then had me soak my finger in like this solution. It was like saline and this other stuff, but it felt like I was putting my finger into a salt bath. So that was really painful too. But I knew it was cleaning it out, so that's good. I'm fine with that. And then after that, again, I'm still like super sweating. And the nurse noticed, and he was like, hey, like, we're gonna get you some pain meds, like, right now. And I'm starting, I can feel myself, like, not starting to pass out, but, like, going down that path. You just get, like, really tired, you know, and you're sweating, like, profusely. And so then he came, before he even finished cleaning my hand, he came and he put a shot in my arm, and I would say within the first, I was holding the gauze there on my finger, so I wasn't like leaking. And he was like, just sit there for a few minutes and then I'll come back and finish. And so he came back after a couple minutes, and I was like, okay, now I'm just like really tired from this medicine. And he cleaned it up and put some more gauze around it and then taped it so that I didn't have to like physically apply pressure myself. And then after that, the doctor came in about an hour and a half later, and my gauze was completely soaked in blood too. And he came in about an hour and a half later and said that the bone that was in the, that's in the end of your finger, I chipped it. And I'm just like, dang, that's crazy. So he said that 95% of the time, when that bone gets injured, like it gets really bad infections. So they had to amputate it. And so since I'm only 24, they said, well, you have a little bit of nail left, and we can try and save that for you if you would like. But 95% of the time on top of that is you're gonna come back in a couple of weeks or months, and that nail is gonna be infected and it's gonna be growing in the wrong way just because my nail bed was so messed up that you're gonna have to come back and get it removed anyway, so you might as well do it now. And they kept telling me over and over, like, your finger's never gonna look the same, your finger's never gonna look the same, your finger's never gonna look the same. I'm like, dude, I don't care. Like, I literally don't care about my finger. Like, I'm married, I have no one to impress. If I have an ugly finger, who cares?
You guys, who says this though? Like, if it were me, I'd be freaking out.
Nah.
This guy is so freaking strong.
Nah, so he comes in and he's like explaining to me what can happen. He's like, since you're 24, we want to save as much as the finger as possible, but obviously, if you don't care about the way your finger looks, we're going to cut the nail completely out, just because it will save you in the long run, and it will be less painful in the long run. And so I said, okay, let's do that. And then he said, well, we can cut it, if everything goes well, we'll cut it right to where your nail is starting. We'll take the nail completely out, which it already was, and
yeah, did you tell them we have the nail?
Yeah, we have the nail. I'm not going to show them though. I told them I took pictures.
It's from the root to the tip.
It's like this long.
Yeah.
It's like from my joint almost.
I didn't know nails were that long.
Yeah, I didn't either. That's crazy. So right where your finger starts right here, your fingernail, sorry about the eyebrow brush. Right where your fingernail starts right here, a little bit more, and then they cut right there. So everything like this way from here is completely gone. And I'm okay with that. I don't mind. I'm chilling. So then that's what happened. After they told me that that's what they had to do, I said, you know what? Just go ahead and do it. Like, I was scared because I didn't want it to be very painful. But what they did is they took this big old needle, and that's why my hand is still swollen. And they put it right here, and I think a little bit in here. And they numbed the nerves in there. So all my whole finger was completely numb. Hi, Ava. Hi. My whole finger was completely numb, so I didn't feel a thing. I actually, as sick as this may sound, I watched them do the little procedure. So I had to wait for a surgeon to come down. He was actually in an operating room at the time, so I had to wait for him to get out of surgery to come down and do my little surgery / procedure. I don't know what they called it. So he came down about an hour and a half later and put the needles in there, numbed everything up, and me and him actually like legit had a conversation. And I was like watching him as he was taking like these special tools, cutting my finger off, literally. And so yeah, that's what happened. I feel okay now. This is the next day. It happened about 8:30 in the morning. I got out of the emergency room at like 4 o'clock, 4:30, around there. I got home. I was pretty medicated. I was heavily medicated. I had a lot of anesthesia, so I was really tired, sleepy. My hand was completely numb still, thank God. Everything was good. I went to sleep around 9 o'clock, 9:30, 10 o'clock, around there. I woke up at like 3 o'clock this morning today, and I was in a little bit of pain. It's just like, you know when you like have a throbbing pain on your finger? That's what it is, but it's like constant right now. So I still have some pain meds that they had given me that are helping out a lot, but I still feel it, you know. It's just like an annoying pain. It's not like I'm in excruciating pain. Like, I can still do everything that I want to do, other than like brush my teeth. I was brushing my teeth like this morning. I was holding the toothbrush. Like this, going, because I can't do anything with my left hand. Like, eating with a fork is different. Like, texting with my phone on my phone is different on my left hand. Like, I do everything with my right hand, so I guess I'll just become ambidextrous real quick. But anyway, I just want to get on here and, you know, tell you guys what's going on, what happened. Obviously, this is kind of tragic. I will show you guys after it's completely healed how much they really cut. Pretty crazy, but I'm in good spirits. Everything's good. Obviously, this is tragic. My fingertip is gone, but I can't really do much about it now, so I'm staying positive. I did post a picture on my Instagram that I amputated it last night, and a lot of people were so confused. They thought I was joking, like all kinds of stuff. So I just had to get on here and clear things up. If you're not following me on Instagram already, go follow me because you see a lot more stuff than you do on YouTube. I can still hold my baby. I can still hold my baby.
Hi, Mommy. Are you on YouTube?
Say hi.
Hi, guys.
Say hi. Man, we're already making jokes about it today. We were talking about how the next time I go to a concert, I'm gonna be in the crowd like, yeah!
You guys, I just want to say that you are so freaking strong. I know, I'm just so grateful that it wasn't like an arm or a leg.
Grab her, Mommy? Yeah.
Honestly, like, you're just so freaking strong. Like, I know it's just a finger, but it's still a finger, you know? It's a part of you, and you're just a freaking trooper.
Thanks, babe. Well, I feel good. Other than the little bit of pain that I'm going through right now, I'm fine. I don't think that I'm going to be in shock that I don't have a finger anymore, like everyone keeps telling me. Yeah, I'm going to have a little bit of a nub. I'm still blessed. I'm still going to be able to do the things that I can with my hand.
You're making me cry.
Nothing's really going to be changed. Nothing's really going to change, so don't worry about me too much. I will be okay. Let's focus on Jose. Dang, that rhymed okay.
Hey,
what?
I know.
I should be a rapper now. Jose literally just got 2 lungs, and man,
he's freaking strong, man.
this is nothing. Jose, you inspired me because this is literally nothing. A fingertip versus 2 lungs? Come on.
Exactly.
Anyway, thank you guys for watching. I appreciate you guys. Thank you guys for, you know, sending me a bunch of love on Instagram, and all my friends and family that have been texting me, calling me worried. Like, I'm good. Everything's fine. I just don't have a fingertip anymore. But I love you guys, and we'll see you guys in our next video. I think we're going to be filming tomorrow. Babe, are we going to be filming tomorrow? Of course we're going to be filming tomorrow. Tomorrow is Ava's birthday. If you didn't already know, May 17th, Ava Grace Peña turns 2 years old, man. We're getting old. But with that being said, I love you guys. Thank you guys for all the kind messages, and I'll see you guys in the next vlog. Later.